Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and welcome again to the Rob and Mike Show. As always, we super appreciate you guys tuning in. Love that you guys are watching our show. You guys, thank you so much for the incredible boost that we have gotten on the YouTube channel. Up to, I think 112 subscribers on YouTube. Yep. There's almost 300 of you following us on Facebook. So please jump in there, follow us on Facebook. Definitely get on there. There's a lot of you still that are not subscribed to us on YouTube. So get on it, subscribe right now. Hit the button. Bam. Hit it right
as
there.
hard as you can.
We appreciate you. We really do appreciate you. I just want to give a couple of quick shout outs just for those of you who I know watch us regularly. I want to thank Stephen Moore, your dad. Thank you so much for watching us, and thank you for all the support you give us. My mother, Darlene, you know what? You're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're still doing the Darlene to Seattle campaign. Moving to Seattle, Mom. Moving to Seattle. Shorty, hey, you know what? We think about you every day, and we hope you're well. So much love that we can we just can't say how much we love you.
Love you,
and
Mom.
We are really looking forward to seeing you soon. And also, of course, Rick and Bev, my mother and father-in-law. You guys, you watch every show, and I just can't tell you how awesome it is that you do that. We really appreciate the support. All of you guys out there that support us so much.
I'll do some shout-outs as well. I like to thank Amber. I like to thank Lala, Mike Tolton. I know I'm forgetting my friend Julie, and if I'm forgetting names, I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for supporting us, sharing our stuff, wanting to know when we're doing stuff. That really means a lot to us because it means you guys care about what we're doing and makes us want to continue doing episodes about every week or so.
I know we love doing this because you guys like watching it, and so. Please, keep watching because it really does. It gives us so much inspiration to do this, knowing that we have. And I know that there's probably a handful of people that really really watch us regularly, but so many of you subscribe, and so many of you have come up to us and you talk to us, whether it's at work or in our personal lives. So we just really really appreciate all the support you guys are giving us. You've been amazing. We super appreciate you. I was going to do a quick new thing, right?
Okay.
So for those of you that are watching this in 2041, 20 years from now, things that happened this week, Joe Biden's still president.
Are we doing it on this day?
Right. The U.S. just left Afghanistan, and that whole thing went nuts. And again, the wildfires and global warming are still happening all over the world. It's raining cats and dogs in Japan, and everything's flooding and going weird. So if you're watching this in 2041 from the moon,
this is what was going on at this time.
We were still here. It was kind of weird, but we knew that you were going to be on the moon. So there you go.
So we haven't done one of these in a while, and excited about it. And it has been a while.
It's been a bit since we've done a review. I'm super excited.
We're going to do a movie review. Really fun movie. Now, this is not new. It's been out for about a month or so.
About a month or so on Netflix.
But it's called Gunpowder Milkshake, and I watched it just because I just love a good, popcorn. Let's have fun, shoot 'em up, turn your brain off. Let's just have a good time. And Mike one day texted me. He was like, "Hey, what's something to watch right now?" Because I am the movie reference guy.
I would literally, my wife and I were sitting on the couch, and we had been thumbing through Prime and Netflix and Comcast,
which we all have done,
right? And you know how it is when you're just I don't know. So I text Rob and I say, "Hey, give me a good movie to watch," and Rob's like, "Oh, check out Gunpowder Milkshake on Netflix." So I got to tell you guys, this is just a thing with me. So I'm a big Doctor Who fan. You know that?
Yes.
And so the star of this movie is Karen Gillan.
Yep.
Who is
in Guardians of the Galaxy,
right,
Nebula, and she also plays, I can't remember her character's name, in both the new Jumanji films.
Yeah, she's in the Jumanji films, turning into this amazing action star, right?
Yeah.
But she does both the Jumanji films. She's Amy Pond in the Doctor Who series, and I'm a huge fan. I actually I didn't bring it out today, but I actually have a signed autograph photo of Karen Gillan.
Oh,
because I I think she's just amazing. I have a soft spot for the Scottish Reds.
Well,
this is a really funny thing. So Karen Gillan was actually the point where I really started understanding the difference between a Scottish redhead and an Irish redhead. Because the Irish redheads are the orangey sort of redhead.
What most people think of.
When they think of redheads, they think of Irish redheads. But the Scottish redheads are that really almost blood red, red hair. So I was like, oh, I get it now. Because Karen Gillan is so awesome. And if you're watching this, Karen, I think you're amazing.
That would be so cool. All of a sudden, we got a comment.
Right?
Thank you.
Thanks. It was awesome. Thank you.
We normally don't use our phones, but because
there's a lot of characters in this movie,
and we unfortunately didn't do notes. And where's my IMDb?
Because we're not wasting paper.
Yes.
That's why we're not wasting paper.
But basically, the premise, without being a spoiler, it is a action film. I don't want to get into too many things because if you've not watched it, I don't want to spoil it.
Well, I think there's one of the things that you can say about it that's not necessarily. As far as the premise of the movie, which isn't necessarily a spoiler,
she's because kind of a hitman. She's a hit woman.
And we've seen a few of these, right?
Yeah,
it's the kind-hearted hitman.
Yeah, it's the kind-hearted hitman, and so she gets herself in some trouble, has to go back and lean on some people who are also kind of in the film, and talk about a female-led cast.
It is a star-studded female cast. It is bang bang wow female cast.
So we have Lena Headey from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
We have Michelle Yeoh. I don't know if it's Yao.
We're not sure. We think it's Yao, but it might be Yeoh.
Which we all know she is a great action star. She's
fantastic.
She's in one of my favorite foreign language films of all time, which is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
She has done
she's done a lot.
Michelle has done so many incredible films. I mean, she did. She was in she was in the Marvel series for a while. She's done, of course, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
She is, and the thing is, she's not just an amazing action actress.
She's just a good actress.
She's just a fantastic actress.
And of course, you have the diva herself, Miss Angela Bassett, in it,
which is so good.
Which you can't go wrong in.
So and we're gonna butcher this name.
Okay, it is Carla. What did we decide to say?
We said it was Giguano.
Giguano,
please tell us. Please let us know. I don't know if it's Giguano or how it is, but you know how much work she's done. She's been in so many different films.
She was the mom in the first Spy Kids movie.
Right, mom in the first Spy.
But you've seen her.
You've seen her. She's done so
one of those actors. She's one of those actors where you see her, you're like, oh, her, but never remember her name.
Right, exactly.
So, and the main male lead, you've got Paul Giamatti, because we don't know who Paul Giamatti is.
You're not really watching enough movies.
You're not watching movies.
You're not watching movies. So
I'm going to put my phone away now since I think we went over the major characters.
Yes.
So let me put that away, folks. And go back to the movie. So great action. So I have two favorite scenes, and I'm not going to go into spoil them. So my two favorite fight scenes in the entire movie.
Right.
Is the bowling alley.
Super fantastic. Yes. So there's this great scene in the bowling alley, and this is one of Karen Gillan's first solo fight scenes, and she's got a couple of guys that just in any of the kind-hearted assassin movies, right? There's always the professional assassins that then come after the kind-hearted assassin. So Karen Gillan has this scene in a bowling alley where her assassin brotherhood comes after her because she's developed a heart, right? And she
beats the living crap out of him.
Really. And she uses everything in the bowling alley to do.
That
was the best part. It's everything in the bowling alley. Bowling balls, bowling pins. I think there's a point where she whips out a bowling towel.
Possibly.
And she even uses the ball return at one point in time.
Yes.
And she and I know she's done a lot of action recently, right? She's got the Marvel series.
But this is her role for solo.
This is her solo action thing.
Yeah.
And she is physically amazing in this movie.
And they're not fast cuts either.
No.
They are not. You know, a lot of action films do like fast cuts so they can edit it, so they can kind of make sure that you believe that these actors know how to do it. This was not.
No,
fast
you can
cut.
very much tell that Karen Gillan is doing all of these physical stunts.
So that one, now yes, the library scene I really like, but because it's at towards the end of the movie is when they're in the diner, and it's all the girls, and it's in slow mo, and it hypes me up. I don't get me wrong. The library scene is amazing.
I was going to say, like, the libraries, I don't know that I put the diner... I understand what you're saying, because the library scene is insane.
I think it's because of the placing of the diner scene.
Right.
And once again, not want to ruin it, but it's in the third act of the movie. I think that's why the diner scene. And I didn't get the girl's name. And you know sometimes when you put kids, and coming from someone who was an actor as a kid, perfect job, didn't come off like a non-actress.
No,
held her own with these names.
Right,
I don't
right,
remember the
right.
young girl's name, and I'm not.
And you know it was like her first or second film tops, right?
Yeah.
So there's this. So there's the young lady. So as with all of the warm-hearted like assassins that like have decided that they want to care about somebody, it's 9 times out of 10 it's a kid that changes their mentality.
Yeah. John Wick, it was a dog. This one's a kid.
Right. And you know what was the one? The expert or something like that. The professional.
The professional. It was
and
a
the
kid.
professional also a kid. I think that was played by.
I would love to go back and do a
right.
retro
That was
video.
and that was Little
Natalie,
Fonda. Was that Little Fonda or Little Portman?
That was Natalie Portman.
That was Little Portman in that one. Yeah.
That would be awesome to do a retro review.
That was a great one.
Ooh,
So
good idea. Sorry.
So they have this really, really great kid that like is the reason that like Karen Gillan like changes her ways and develops this like warm heart. Fantastic job. Not even going to bother looking up her name. She will be a great actress maybe one day, or she may turn out to be
That was fun. I did it. And
it was fun, and now I'm going to go off and
Go to
be
Harvard.
a neuroscientist or something like that. But does a really, really fantastic job. And so I agree with you. The diner scene. Because the diner scene's almost like the closing of the film. It's the third act of the film. It is fantastic. My favorite scene has got to be the library scene.
And I understand why it is, and I think that's why I held off from it, and I picked 2 others because I had a feeling that you would want to.
Well, because and to give you the idea, so the assassin syndicate comes after Karen Gillan's team, and they do it in the library.
And when you watch the movie, you'll understand.
And when you watch the movie, you'll understand when I say the library. And they come after the team in the library, and it is probably one of the most dramatic, lengthy fight scenes that I've seen in a really long time. But with this movie, and I've got to tell you guys, this movie
is very violent.
It is really violent, but if you're looking for an action film, there is not a minute of this movie that is going to disappoint you. That's the thing I liked about this movie is that there is nothing in this movie that disappoints.
And here's the thing that I don't get. I know original Netflix movies get poo-pooed on, and some deserve it. I don't know what it is. I've watched a lot of reviewers besides myself on Netflix, and yes, I do watch our own videos because I want to see where I can do better. A lot of poo-pooing on this movie, and I don't get it.
So here's my problem with the poo-pooing on this movie. What I realized when I'm looking at the reviews on this movie, they're kind of like the same reviews that I saw at the dawn of the 11th Doctor Who series, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There are some of you out there that have a really hard time with women in like power positions. I don't get what it is, but a woman assassin is not like out of genre. That's awesome. Here's the thing. I don't know if maybe you're not married. Maybe you've never had a girlfriend. I'm not really sure what it is.
But
if you think that men are deadlier than women, you are stupid.
And actually, some of those are my favorite movies. Going back to the #1 OG like badass woman, Sigourney Weaver.
Oh my God! Alien. Right? In Alien.
And I love. Okay, yes. Are the Resident Evil's movies good? No, but I love seeing Mila Jovanovic as like just that tough female lead. Her other movie, Ultraviolet. Like I'm sorry, I love female-led action movies.
I love female action movies are like
Charlize Theron, Atomic Blonde,
and they are sometimes so much more realistic. I mean, you go back to things like Tank Girl, right? Or you go, or if you get like super modern, right? And you go with like Set It Off. Set It Off is like an all-female cast, and there is not one single unbelievable. Like every character is believable.
So if you're looking, basically, you're saying if you want, and honestly, yes, is this a big popcorn movie? And I think you understand when this is hey, I'm gonna turn on this movie. Plot line is gonna be okay, but I'm gonna turn my brain off, sit down, have a good time, and watch a great shoot 'em up action movie where there's just great action scenes and blood splatter, and you just want to have a good time. Yes, and we all deserve it, especially what we're doing right now. And I think that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people forget that nothing's wrong with a good. Everything does not need to be Shakespeare.
No, it doesn't. And the thing is, like, and it's not like here's the thing. Is it an original plot line? No, it's
falling in the vein because it's John Wick,
right.
And there's this new resurgence of this kind of movie.
And it is like we said, it is your standard like your standard big-hearted like assassin movie. Yeah. We've seen a few of them. Sylvester Stallone's done one.
The recent one with
we've got Bob, Samuel Jackson that just put one out.
The new one that just came out with Bob Odenkirk,
right.
Nobody.
And in a lot of ways, like in a lot of ways, like even Pulp Fiction is the kind-hearted assassin movie.
And and then after Pulp Fiction came out, you realize when something's really good, you're going to have copycats.
Right.
Remember when Pulp Fiction came out? Then you had like Go, and everyone started like, let's do it this style. John Wick became really famous. I think John Wick kind of revived the action movie again. And yes, you're going to get a lot of comparisons because that's what people like, and it's proven because this movie, which no one thought was going to be anything, because when I saw when it came out, I was like, this is a straight DVD movie.
I was floored by the movie was not getting fantastic. It is so good. It is fantastic.
And it's fun.
It is fun. And it's fun and it's funny. Like the lines in this movie, I am sorry. The librarians they give some of the best deadpan lines.
My favorite line in the entire movie is at the diner and the waitress, "Can I lighten your load, hun?"
Right?
And I'm not going to give away what that means, but it's just
absolutely fantastic.
Oh, so great. But
I want to go to this diner. I just want to go to this diner and order a donut. It is. I mean, so as we said, it is a really, really fantastic movie. Karen Gillan does an absolutely fantastic job. She is supported by a cast of amazing female characters. Again, I mean, come on, it's Michelle Yeoh. You've got Michelle Yeoh, you've got Angela Bassett.
We'll just say Carla because we're
just going to say Carla because I cannot pronounce her last name. But it is just so well done. I mean, it's done and it's good from the beginning. Paul Giamatti does a fantastic job. He's always good, but he does a really great job.
When he plays the ass. Especially when he plays the ass.
And that's really good, because he doesn't do the villain all that often. No. But when he does a fantastic job.
Another good popcorn movie that got hate, that he was in with his villain, which this movie kind of reminds me of, is Shoot 'Em Up.
Yeah, absolutely. So
it's in that vein. Know that you're going into, seriously, grab a popcorn, grab a drink, sit down, go.
Enjoy. It is a really. Yeah. I mean, and I will tell you, we've mentioned Pulp Fiction. If you're a Quentin Tarantino fan, you're going to love this movie. You're going to love.
If you're a John Wick fan, you're going to love. If you really love action movies,
you're going to love this movie. If you're an action fan, you are going to love this movie. It is that good.
And if you don't, I'm sorry. I mean, that's why movies are subjective.
Yeah.
But I think, and this is the reason why we did this review, because we pretty much don't do reviews unless you and I are both really on the boat together.
Good. We didn't even talk about the car chase. Wow.
Very creative.
Car chase.
Very creative.
Super creative.
And the hospital
fight. And you don't get to see it very often. The way they did the car chase, you don't get to see very often.
One fight that we did forget about, and it's probably third or fourth on my list, is the hospital scene.
The hospital scene.
Very creative also.
Okay, the hospital scene, we're not even... Because we can't talk about the hospital scene without spoiling the entire movie. The hospital scene is absolutely fantastic. The creativity that they put into that fight scene. You have never seen a fight scene like this.
No.
You will never... you will see it copied.
Probably now, yeah.
Yeah, you will definitely see it copied, but you've never seen a fight scene like this. It is so good.
So that is our review. Like I said, we don't do a whole lot of movie reviews, but if we review something, it is something that both Mike and I have watched, and we are both agree on. Because yes, we and him, I don't agree on a lot of movies.
We don't like all the same, but this one is so good.
So that's why we wanted to do this one. Like we said, is this a brand new movie that's out? No, but pretty much 90% of you probably have Netflix. If you have nothing to do on a Saturday or a Sunday, turn it on. Enjoy yourself. Just sit back, enjoy a film, watch some great, wonderful female actresses, and have a good time.
It is. Okay. So I'm going to give my one huge critique of this movie.
Okay.
And it's sort of it's a kind of a take it with a grain of salt critique of this movie. This movie is only missing one thing. It is missing the Helen Mirren cameo.
At this point, every movie is missing the Helen Mirren.
Right? Like,
I
think with that many badass female characters, and it being an assassin-based movie,
or
if somewhere in there,
Helen Mirren, at least a Judi Dench.
Right? Exactly. Like Judi Dench, Helen Mirren. That's the only thing this thing's missing.
My critique of this movie, if I have one bad one, is I wish we didn't kind of get a generic villain. And there's kind of more than one, and they're both kind of bleh.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think that one of the things about this movie, when we have those generic villains, was that
it's more about
it was so female focused, and we were so focused on our female superstars that like the male superstars, like the male superstars in the movie, their time on screen was super truncated, and so they had to be like
pretty
that.
Generic.
Yeah, they had to be kind of generic because we really there was so much character development in all of the female characters, which makes the movie it's so good. That we just really didn't have enough time to develop the male the anti-hero
I get what you're saying.
We just didn't have enough time for their story.
And like I said, that is my one kind of like if we had a critique was that and not quite the Paul Giamatti character because I understand why.
Yeah, you can't like Paul's like he's going to do it.
But they're technically, and this is not.
There's a lot of male villains in this.
Yes,
movie.
but they're the other kind of main one.
Right.
His only scene is towards the third act, and even then you're just kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
So
it is 100% awesome.
It's fun. It is so much. It is fun.
I'm going to put it on a must see. It really is a must see. If you don't go watch it, you are going to be mad at yourself because when you watch it, it is one of those action movies that you leave this thinking, wow, like it makes you feel good. It entertains you.
Gets you hyped.
It gets you completely hyped. It is really. I really can't say enough good things about it. It is really fantastic. And again, Karen Gillan, we love you. I have an autographed picture of you because you're that really good. I just enjoy everything she does. I think she's a fantastic actress.
She's really coming into her own. So
yeah. Next time, make sure you call Helen Mirren and have her stop by, or Judi Dench. You're in the UK. Give them a ring. You've probably run into them at a couple of different parties.
Yes. And this is a movie where this time I really hope on Netflix we do get a sequel.
I really do too. I would love to see a sequel of this film. It really was that good. So you guys, I think in general we're saying this is like, we're not thumbs up people, but right there,
a little Fonzie.
Yeah. So definitely go out, see it. Gunpowder Milkshake. Fantastic movie on Netflix right now. Go check it out. It's fantastic.
And as always, please like, share, subscribe. That's Mike.
And that's Rob.
Thank you.
We'll see you again. Peace.